Welcome to Gary Jones's Apples. This is a fictional website for Gary Jones's Apple Orchard. This is a place for customers to be able to buy apples and for Gary Jones to be able to sell his apples. Going to the web page, starting out, we'll see that we have this landing page directing us to log in to purchase some apples or create a new order. I can also scroll down and see a little note from Gary Jones directing us to go to the history page. I can also scroll down and see a footer with links to all the socials and a spot to subscribe for an email listing. Maybe if I want to have events being sent to people and invite people to come back to the orchard. To start out, we'll go to the history page. So navigating there will take me to a timeline of Gary Jones's history. We can start all the way from the beginning and scroll down with this animation that was going on and see where we're at now. At the top in my nav bar, I can utilize the login button to go and log in as a customer. So we'll log in as Debbie, someone that's been buying lots of apples as I've been testing this application. Logging in, you can see a few things have changed. My icon earlier that was directing us to log in now is offering to help us start an order. I can also look at my nav bar and notice that my nav bar is updated to have an order option, an order history, and a cart. We'll go ahead and start an order. The first thing that will happen is our customer will be greeted with this order page with all the apples we currently have. Selecting an apple or to increase an apple, we'll add that apple to the cart. It defaults to 1 pound because I don't want anyone buying less than 1 pound. You'll also notice at the top that this cart icon updates. It doesn't go by the pounds, it instead goes by the varieties. I don't want customers being confused by, well, if it says I have 4 pounds of apples, I don't want them to be confused about how many kinds of apples there are. So I decided to stick with the number of varieties. So choosing another apple, you'll see it goes to 3. Maybe deleting this apple will go back down to 2. However, whenever I'm happy with what I've selected to purchase, I can go to my cart either here or we can use the nav bar. We're greeted with the My Cart view. Here we can make some few final tweaks about what we have. Right now you can see I can increase the amount of apples. I can also decrease them. And if I decide that I don't want a variety of apple, like maybe I don't want these Red Delicious, I can delete it. Anyways, whenever I submit the order, I'll be taken to the order history page. Here I'll be able to see all the historical orders I've put in, so you can see some canceled orders. Clicking on them, I can view what they have, but I don't have any options for this order since it was a canceled order. Going back, you can notice that I also have options to see orders that were completed. So this one right here was completed. You can see it with the date here, and you can see who picked them. I can view this order, but again, just like the last, I can't make any changes. The last one is showing an order that has the awaiting order picker status. As long as an order picker hasn't been assigned to the order or hasn't been canceled or completed, because it wouldn't matter then, I can make some changes to that order. So let's go and do that now. Viewing this order, I have the option to cancel or edit it. I can cancel the order, and you'll see it has been canceled now and is no longer awaiting an order picker. Going to the order we just created, I can view it, I can edit it, and I can add some new apples. So maybe I want to add some galas. I can add this new item. I can increase the amount of to be purchased. I can also decrease amounts of others. As far as a customer is concerned, this is about all they can do, and the rest of the functionality of this website is left in the employees. So I'm going to log out. I've mentioned an order picker a few times, so let's go ahead and log in as one. Logging in and using our nav bar, you can see we can go to the employee portal. Going to the employee portal shows us a list of orders that still need to be completed and don't have an order picker already assigned. So here I can choose to assign an order to myself and to go from the oldest order to the newest. So I'm going to choose the oldest order here. Assigning myself will give me all the view of this order. I can go through and select to have all these apples completed and complete this order. But if I forget to check one, I get this notification that it has to be checked. I don't want someone not getting all the apples they're supposed to. So I'll go ahead and check that and complete the order. I can go ahead and start another order assigned to myself. I can assign this one, but I realize that this is order 12 and not 11. and I want to go into order of people purchasing them, so I can unassign this order for myself and instead assign the correct order. I'm going to log out of here real quick, and we're going to log in as a harvester. Now, Gary Jones's apple orchard does grow apples, so we need to have someone to go outside and actually pick these apples off the tree. So, logging in as this harvester, I have access to the same employee portal, but this time it takes me to an open harvest page. This page shows you all the trees that are currently active in the system, and they haven't had their apples picked in 7 days or more. So I can go down through here and look, and you can see you can see 1, 2, and 3. Well, Apple IDs 1, 2, and 3, but it skips 4 because 4 has been removed from the system. Assigning a tree to myself, I get a very similar page as the previous order picker pages, but the only option that a harvester is caring about is how many apples they picked. So we'll say I just picked 50 today, and I'm going to complete this harvest. We're completing the harvest removes that tree from the list of trees that need to be completed. I can assign another tree to me. Maybe I want to unassign that one. I can do that as well. I can log out. And the last view I have is an admin view. So logging in as an administrator, I will have access to the admin portal. The administrator has access to the same views I showed you before. They can go and help their employees with their open orders. And you can see that order we left assigned to ourselves is currently missing from this list. I can also view the harvest and view all the trees that currently need to be harvested. I also have access to viewing and editing trees and apples. So I can go to the tree manager, showing me a list of trees. Any tree in red has been removed, and you can see that by the date removed being filled out here. And you can see some historical values about that tree as well. I can also edit any tree. So maybe this tree number 1 we need to make some changes to. So I can choose to edit it. And I can choose to change the variety of apples it grows. So maybe this tree was supposed to be a Braeburn. I can submit that. And now this tree is a Braeburn. I can also come down and say maybe tree number 6, we need to remove it. So I'm going to go to date removed, and we'll choose today and submit it. And now this tree has been removed. And this also keeps this tree from popping up in our tree harvest reports as well. I can also add a new tree. So adding a new tree will give me the opportunity to choose the apple variety of that tree. So maybe we're going to grow a Fuji tree. And I'm going to just say it was planted today. Submitting it and scrolling over, we can see that new tree was added to the system. In the exact same way that this was done, I can go to the view and edit apples. And these apples are all the ones we currently are selling. I can edit an apple. I can also go back and create a new apple. Going back to my admin portal, I can view and edit accounts. So as an administrator, I need to be able to support both my customers and my employees. So I can create maybe a new employee or a customer as they come in the door. Let's go ahead and start with just creating a new employee. Creating an employee, I get a create account page. I can come in here. I'm just going to call this employee test all the way through and see what we have happen when we do this. Lastly, this password field needs to be created, but I don't like it when administrators come up with their own passwords. Likely they're not very, very good passwords. So I can choose to generate it, and a password is generated for this user. I'm going to copy that for now and press submit. Submitting that employee will now take us to the employees page, which we can also get to by following all these navigation paths back into view and edit employees. You can see this new employee is added to the system, but maybe I made a mistake and this test account wasn't supposed to be a harvester. I can choose the briefcase and change that account to be an order picker. I can also make some changes to every other value about this customer or about this employee by checking this edit box. And maybe this first name wasn't supposed to be test, but instead demo. And maybe their address was supposed to be 001 Test Road. Submitting that, you'll see these changes have been made here. I can also reset the password for any account as well. Going over and choosing the red key icon will give me the opportunity to change it. So let's change the account password for the demo account we just made. Clicking it and coming up here, you can notice I again cannot create my own password. I need to press generate. Clicking generate, I can copy and paste this password, and I can press submit, and now the demo account's password has been updated. Going back to my admin portal, view and edit accounts, I can do the exact same things for customers and for creating a customer and editing customers. Lastly, I can log out, and I can log in as this new account we had just created. So we'll log in as test@test.com. I'm going to paste the password I created earlier in. Pressing log in will bring me to the update password page. So anytime accounts are created or an account password is changed, I don't want that password to be the one you have forever. So the first time you log in afterwards, we'll give you the option to change your password. So our test account will give it the good old-fashioned password as password as for their password. Pressing submit will log this customer in, and you can see now they are in, and they have access to their open orders, just as their role would suggest. That's it for Gary Jones Apples. I hope you enjoyed it as viewing this as much as I did making it. Please connect with me on LinkedIn and leave any comments or likes that you'd like to down below. Thank you and have a wonderful day.